Perfect. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's George from Join Effort Exercise. We're here for another Introduction to Balance class. Got some great feedback from our class on Tuesday, which I'm very excited about. Some said that it was perfect for where they're at right now. They're really just starting in the process of beginning to improve their balance and their strength. Others said we could probably have used a little bit more intense balance exercises. So I'm going to be talking with my team about how we can possibly get two of us to do these classes. So more similar to some virtual classes you've seen in the past, I'm sure. One person doing a beginner's move, then another person doing a slightly more advanced move. So I'm going to be talking to my team today about how I can recruit at least one of them to do the class with me, so we can make this class really great for for everybody, regardless of where you're at from a functional perspective right now. All right, so today's class is the same thing, light weights. So this time I actually do have dumbbells. I have 3-pound dumbbells, which is perfect. You'll need your bottle of water, some loose fitting clothing, and that's pretty much it. All right, so I'm going to start the timer. We'll start the same way with a light warm up, and then we'll get into the balance and strength movement. So I hope you enjoyed the class and hope you enjoy this one. So I'm just going to get my timer going here. And we will get underway. All right. So remember, 3-minute warm up, and it's just going to be so we'll start with that modified jumping jack. So just out to the sides. Again, this is a very good movement for coordination. A lot of people have a kind of a tough time with this one because it is. There's some coordination involved. So you're into the center, then out to the left, then back down, out to the right, and back down, just like so. All right, let's do 5 more seconds of this. And rest. Very good. I'm going to put this over here so I can see it a little better. All right, so our next warm-up is going to be for our hamstrings. All right, so that was really the hips and the shoulders. So now we just want to do those butt kicks. So we're just going side to side, like so. Nice and easy. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. If this is too fast, if you need your chair or whatever sturdy surface that I forgot to mention during the introduction, if you need anything to hang on to, please have it near you, obviously. Let's do about 5 more seconds here. And rest. Very good. Okay, now we're just going to do our good morning. So arms go across the chest. And remember, so we're keeping our feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. You can go towards your chair if you'd like, if you need to. And we're just leaning down and up. So just like that. Try to keep your back as straight as you possibly can as you go down and up. This is helping to warm up your glutes. We are going to be in your low back and get your cardiovascular system going as well. We have about 5 more seconds of this. And 1 more. Excellent. All right, and the last one we'll do is just those high knees, okay? So same thing, you can grab onto your chair or sturdy surface that you're using, and we're just going to do high knees just like that, okay? If you can do it without using the sturdy piece of furniture, please do so. Again, this is, and also, again, everything at your own pace. So no need to try to keep up with me. If you can go faster than I can, by all means do that. But if you need to go slower, this is just looking to get some movement in here this morning, especially during the warm-up. So nice and easy. 5 more seconds. And rest. Very good. All right, so for our first movement, we're going to have our feet together, arms out to the sides, and we're just going to do arm circles, okay? So just like this. So feet are together. I have my chair right next to me, and we're just going way out in front. So you should be feeling your torso kind of going back and forth, as well as your shoulders starting to burn a little bit as you do this towards the end. So shoulders are important to have. for overall strength. Shoulder strength is important to have. All right, so that was exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is something that we did last time, which is just that calf raise. Okay, so we're going to have our hands right here, and we're just going up onto our toes, just like that. Okay, so we're going to do that for 30 seconds. So if you can do it without hanging on, that is ideal. But if you need to hold on for this, that's totally fine as well. High as you can possibly go, up onto your tiptoes. And so after this one is done, we're going to go right back in to our arm circles. Okay, so we're done with that. We're taking about 15 seconds rest. Now we want to put our feet together again, perfectly, close together, hands down to the sides, and then start those arm circles. Okay, so now nice and easy. No need to rush here, but go way out in front and way behind you. So again, you should be feeling a little bit of that, kind of that similar sensation of the movement that we did Tuesday, where you were going back and forth just on your toes and onto your heels. But this one, we're just adding a little bit with the arms as well. So nice and easy. All right, very good. And we're going to move back to that calf raise now, okay? So just, you're going to face whatever, whatever piece of furniture you're using. Try not to use it if you can help it. And you're just going up onto your tiptoes. Just like that. So we're going to get a full minute's break after this. So if you're feeling a little bit winded, I promise you it's not going to be like the whole time, okay? So that's totally normal, and that's what we're looking for, a little bit of increase in our heart rate, good for cardiovascular health, good for stamina. So if you're feeling a little bit winded, that's part of the process here, all right? Very good. Okay, so now we'll get a full minute's rest in between the next group of exercises. So you can grab your water or whatever you need. You're going to hear a couple more dings go through, but during this time, I'm going to just introduce those 2 new movements that we are going to be doing. So we have about 45 seconds left, so have time to catch your breath. All right. So for the next exercise, you're going to need one of your weights. And you're going to put your feet in that semi-tandem stance position, okay? You're going to have the weights, feet in the semi-tandem stance position, and all I want you to do is pass that weight or that whatever you're using, around your back, okay? We're going to start that in about 15 seconds. That'll be the first one. And then the second exercise is just going to be, we're going to have our feet separated like this, and we're just going to shift our weight back and forth. Just like that, all right? So let's start in that position, one foot in front of the other, and pass that weight around, okay? So this is the same thing. There's just some momentum being generated from that weight being passed around. Just try to keep your core muscles nice and tight and your shoulders back. Keep that good posture. That's a big part of balance, as well as standing up as straight as you can. Helps center of gravity. Really important to have, and try to maintain good posture. Okay, so I was just going clockwise. The next time what I'll do is I'm going to go counterclockwise. All right. So the second movement, as I said, you can use your chair here. Feet are a little wider apart. Okay, and now I'm just shifting my weight back and forth. Okay, so nice and easy. You can use that front leg to stop that forward momentum, and that back leg to stop the backwards momentum, okay? So just like so, if you have to keep your hand sort of hovering over the top of your furniture, that's totally fine. But again, we want to be doing a lot of movements that go forward and back, starting and stopping momentum. Fortunately, that's when a lot of falls occur. Stopping abruptly or moving backwards, okay? So same thing here. Feet are slightly apart, and now I'm going counterclockwise, okay? With the weight. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Stand up good and straight. Going around and around. And again, if you're getting a little bit tired, that's okay, as long as it's not, excessive, fatigue. But we're looking to get your heart rate up a little bit with this. Again, helps with your stamina, help with your energy, cardiovascular health, while you're improving your strength and balance through these movements. So it's a really comprehensive type of plan. All right, so before I had my right foot in front, so this time I'm going to put my left in front, just like so. And again, I'm going to shift my weight forward and back, just like that. You can keep your hands kind of out in front, just like so. And again, we're going to get a full minute break after this one. So you should be feeling that front leg starting to fatigue a little bit because you're stopping that forward momentum using your quad on that front leg, okay? So that's what we're trying to do. This is sort of like a lunge, all right? Very good. Okay, so that was 2 sets of each of those. That means we get a little break, which I'm sure you're ready for at this point. And so the next group of exercises is what the first one is called the tandem stance hold. So tandem stance just means that one foot is in front of the other. All right. So we're just going to hold. So it's not that separation this time. Now you're just going one foot perfectly in front of the other. So your heel is touching your toe. All right. So I'm going to keep my hand on the chair to start off with, and then just lift it up. Okay. So if you feel a little wobbly, that's what we're trying to do. Keep your core muscles tight, but just always have that hand hovering. So that's move number one. And the second move is going to be a semi-tandem stance front raise. So you're just going to have one foot in front of the other, and you're going out in front like that. But we'll get into that afterwards. So let's get in position to do that tandem stance front raise. So heels touching your toe, and now just let go of that piece of furniture that you have. So you just want to stand with your feet perfectly in line. And if you feel a little wobbly, again, that's what we're doing this for, is your brain is going to start to be able to, work these muscles a little bit more efficiently as time goes on and doing these types of exercises. So that's what we're doing, both brain and body here. All right, so that was 30 seconds. Now we're going to grab our weights and put one foot kind of in front of the other, a little bit of separation, palms down, knees bent slightly, and just going up in front of you, just like that, okay? So my one foot is in front of the other. I'm just going up until my arms are parallel to the floor, just like that. So my knees are bent just a little bit. So you should be feeling a little bit of fatigue in your legs as you're doing this. And right now, look down and see which leg is in front. And I just want you to have that leg behind you the next time, okay? So that we're working these all of our muscles equally. All right, so last time I had my right foot in front. This time I will put my left foot in front. So my left heel is touching my right toes. And now I'm picking my hand up off. If you have to grab it, you can obviously do that. If you need it for just a little bit of stability, but do the best that you possibly can to stand with just your heels touching your toes. Just like that. All right, we're about halfway through. Doing great. And you should feel your ankles working a bit too to try to stabilize yourself. So again, that's a long way for your brain to be, sending signals down. So it's a very, very good exercise. All right, so I'm going to grab my weights again. I'm putting my left foot in front this time, bending my knees just a little bit, palms down, and going out in front. We're going to get another minute break after this. Okay. With this one, you can be exhaling as you go up. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you go up. Anytime you're exerting yourself, you want to be exhaling. When I worked in the pulmonary rehab back in 2009 and 10, we always told our patients, exhale on exertion. Okay, so it's easy to think of it that way. E and E. All right. Very good. So we're about a little more than halfway through. So great job. We have about 50 seconds left and we're going to get back into it. But in the meantime, I will show you our next exercise. So the next exercise, you don't have to do it now. I'll tell you when. You're just going to stand. You can either stand facing your chair or whatever you're using, and we're just going to go out to the sides. Or you can hold on this way. You're going to put your left foot slightly out in front and go out to the sides. Same thing. If you can do this without holding on, that is ideal. But if you need to hang on, please do so. It's going to work the muscles in your hips. And then the second exercise is going to be a squat with a diagonal kind of reach. So you'll squat down and I want you to reach to the side. Okay. We're just going to do one side at a time and then we'll switch to the other. Okay. So let's get started with that hip abduction. So I have my right hand here. My left foot's going to go out in front of me and all I'm doing is going out to the side. So just like so. Okay, nice slow controlled movement. See how my pelvis isn't moving? I'm not shifting my whole body up like that. I'm just having my leg go out to the side. And again, if you can do this without hanging on, that is ideal. But if you need to hang on, please do so. All right, so now I'm going to go into that air squat with a reach. This could be the tiniest squat. Just send your butt back a little bit. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be doing a deep knee bend with this, okay? So I'm going to reach with my right hand, squatting down and reaching. A little bit of a torso twist, okay? Squatting down and reaching over, okay? Down and reaching over. And if you need to hang on to something, you could just turn the other way. Like I would turn the other way and hang on with that other hand. But that's all we're doing, just a squat and a little bit of reach. And you don't have to turn your head with this one now, okay? So we'll get to that where you're turning your head, which adds a little bit more challenge to the balance component to this. But for today's purposes, we do not have to do that, right? So next, what I'm going to do is do my opposite leg. So I'm just hanging on with my right arm. I'm putting my right leg out in front of me just a little bit, and I'm going out to the side. So I'm kicking toward the chair. Same thing. If you can do this without hanging on, please do that. But if you need to hang on, that's fine, obviously. You should be feeling it obviously in the leg that's moving, but you should also be feeling it in the leg that's staying stationary because that's contracting isometrically. So the muscle's working not to keep your hip from going out that way. So you should still be getting a little bit of, feeling that muscle fatigue a little bit as well. All right, so we're going to go back to that air squat. And after this, we're going to get our same full minute rest, all right? So for this one, I'll show you I can hang on just a little bit, squat down, and reach over. Again, you do not have to turn your head. You can keep looking right at me as you're doing this. So squatting down and reaching over. Just like that. And again, everything is at your own pace. You do not have to go at the same speed as me. But if you would like to increase the intensity that you're working at and your cardiovascular output, please do that too. All right, get some water. We have one more group of movements and we are into our stretching, which is nice and easy. All right, so this next group of movements, again, just watch me while you're having your water. The next group of movements, you're going to pretend like you're in the center of a clock, okay? So I'm going to use my left leg first. All I'm going to do is step out and touch the number 12 with my left foot, the number 9 with my left foot, and then the number 6 with my left foot, okay? So we're going to do that, just the left foot for the whole 30 seconds. And then for the second movement, it is going to be a semi-tandem stance shoulder press. Okay, so you're going to put one foot in front of the other, palms facing each other up at the shoulders, and I just want you to extend up as high as you feel comfortable. Okay, if you can't do this with weights, you don't need to. All right, so I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, so remember, you're pretending like you're in the center of a clock. I want you to touch the 12 with your toe, the 9 with your toe, and now the 6 with your toe. Stand up nice and straight. Keep your core muscles as tight as you can. 12, 9, and 6. Good. Just like that. Just a slight bend in your right leg while you're doing this. So you're going to be feeling a little bit of fatigue in that right leg as well, helping with strength there. Okay, and just finish that one off. All right, very good. And next one, you're going to put your right foot out in front of you. Put your hands up at your shoulders with the weights if you have it. If you don't, you can just do this movement without weights. And you're just pressing above your head. Nice, slow, controlled movement. And try as best as you can to straighten your arms all the way out. So by straightening them all the way out, you're going to be working your triceps as well. So the muscles behind in the back of your arms, I should say. We're about 10 seconds left. So you should feel those shoulders fatiguing a little bit. And good. Okay. So now we're going to use that right foot this time, all right? So you're going to just step out, pretend like you're in the center of that clock, slight bend in your left leg, and you're going to touch the 12, the 3, and the 6 this time, okay? So 12, 3, 6, just like that. Good. Okay, again, do this at your own pace. We have about 45 seconds left of exercise, then we're stretching. So if you can go a little bit faster here, that is fine. You're almost there. Again, you should be feeling a little bit out of breath with this. So not excessive, but we want to make sure that we're getting some cardiovascular benefit out of it as well, which is why we do the circuit style. All right, so this one, I'm going to put one foot in front of the other again, palms facing each other, and just pressing straight up. With this one, you're inhaling down and exhaling up. Again, same thing. Do this at your own pace. Halfway through. Good. 2 more. Let's try for 2 more. 9 and 10. Very good. All right. Balance and strength class number 2 is in the books in terms of the actual balance and strength movements, but we still have some stretching to do. So grab some water. We'll take about a minute for you to catch your breath. Almost lost my chair there. And we will do some stretching. All right. Which is a very important component to balanced overall functionality, agility. So you want to make absolutely sure that you're also doing the stretching, as it's going to help you to move more freely, be less stiff, improve your range of motion. So there's a number of reasons why you want to stretch regularly. And stretching, as I mentioned in the last class, is something that you can do every day. You don't have to wait days in between, like some styles of training. You can truly stretch every day, and I do encourage you to, because it will help. It will help with everything that I just shared. All right. So let's get our right leg out in front, and we're going to just lean down, keeping our low back flat. And you're reaching down towards your toe. So my right leg is slightly bent, and I'm feeling the stretch in my hamstrings here, okay, on the right side. And we're just going to hold that for 15 to 20 seconds. I hope you enjoyed the class. That was good. That was pretty quick. But I hope that you were able to keep up and get everything in. All right, let's do we'll do the same thing on the left side now. So slight bend in my left leg. And I'm reaching down toward my toes. So I'm not quite there. I don't necessarily need to be there. I'm just looking for like a 6 out of 10 stretch in the back of my leg. All right, that's very good. Okay, now I'm going to switch to my piriformis stretch. I'm crossing my leg over. So right ankle is pretty much on top of my left knee. Taking my right hand, I'm reaching down. And getting a good stretch in my right hip with this one. All right, let's switch to the other side. We'll do the same thing. So as I said, if you ever have or are suffering from sciatica, this is one of the most effective stretches at not only preventing, but also providing relief. So just remember this stretch if you ever, if you ever do suffer from it. Not to say that this is the only thing that you need to do by any means. A lot of core strengthening, a lot of other, other stretching that you need to do, but this is a good stretch that will give you some relief in the short term, or it has for most, most clients that we've worked with in the past. All right, so those are those two. Let's put that right foot out in front again, and we're going to keep that right leg as straight as we possibly can. And now I'm just pointing my toes up towards my chest and doing the same thing. I'm leaning forward just a little, but keeping my leg totally straight this time, because that's going to provide a stretch in my calf and sort of right behind my knee as well. All right, so getting a good stretch there. Good. Okay, same thing on the other side. That left leg out in front, keep that left leg straight. And now I'm just leaning down and pointing my left foot back towards my chest. So I'm feeling a big stretch in my calf and behind my knee. All right, very good. Now, knees apart. I'm going to take my forearms and put them right inside of my knees and lean in. So I'm feeling a good stretch right in my kind of groin area, my hip adductors. So the muscles that pull your legs together. Again, I want to make sure that we're stretching everything out in all planes of motion, all the major muscle groups, prevent injury and improve range of motion. All right, very good. And the last one that we'll do, I'm going to move my chair, is move this up so my head is not chopped off. Should be okay. Right, is I'm just going to stand hanging on to my chair here, putting my left foot back. My left leg is almost straight, and I'm just shifting my weight forward slightly while I'm keeping my torso perpendicular to the floor. So I'm just kind of shifting my pelvis down. So I'm feeling a stretch in my quad on my left side, as well as my hip flexors, which are kind of the muscle group. So you should be feeling it where your torso meets your leg, as I said last class. Okay, and if you're not, you can kind of lean to the opposite direction. So if your left leg is behind you, you can sort of lean over to your right, and you'll feel a little bit more intense stretch on that left side. All right, let's straighten out that front leg. And we'll just do the same thing on the other side. So now my right leg is back behind me, and I'm keeping that leg straight. And now I'm shifting my weight forward. And I'm feeling a stretch in my quad on the right side, as well as my hip flexors on the right side. All right, straighten out that front leg. Okay, that concludes class for today. So this is class number 2. If you have any questions, as always, you can you can email me at george@jointeffortexercise.com. Again, I loved receiving the feedback after Tuesday's class, and that's how we can make this as as effective as possible for everybody through feedback from from who's doing it. So if you can send me a thumbs up, send me hey, I think this might work better. I'd really appreciate it. The email address again is george@jointeffortexercise.com. Thank you so much for joining the class today, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.